Hello. Let's see if anybody comes in. Hello. Trying to put some finishing touches on my recent piece, This Goddess. Welcome. This is my third live. I'm just working tonight on some final pieces. It looks very dark. It's dark. I don't know you yet. I only want to kind of talk to people that I know and gotten to know yet because yeah, it's all kinds of people. Oh, no offense. I'm not taking any guests at the moment. But what I'm doing is doing the some fine line work, the black lines. Well, I don't know the lighting for some reason. Can I control my lighting? I'm still learning the features on this live. It seems so dark. Let's see. Or maybe it looks dark to me. Here we go. Hello, come on in. Putting some fine lines on this. Hey Mo, how are you? Samuel, oh, hey Hover. Jessica, how are you? Amy, how are you? Crystal, how are you? I'm just doing a little bit of work. The battery on my phone is going down as well. I'll get used to this someday. Hi, Rafaela. Hello. How are you? Thank you for following. Hi, Reba. How are you? Hey, thank you for coming in. Hello, Tan. How are you? Oh my gosh, my phone is on 1%. Gosh, I guess I have to pay attention to what's going on. How are y'all doing this evening? I am trying to update my recent painting. And I'm realizing I'm at 1% now, so I don't know if it's gonna, oh God. I'm not great at this. I just recently reached 1,000 followers, so thanks for those that have come in. Blessings to each and every one of you all coming in. I gotta get good at this, but yeah, I was just updating a recent painting. I just plugged my phone in, and it's at 1% literally. And I got a funky power cord. Oh my gosh, I think it's gonna blank out. Let's see if I can plug it up over on the other side. Real quick, sorry if it goes out. But I wanted to put some touches on this painting. I got it plugged in now. Now I gotta see if I can show y'all. When did you last paint this? Okay. This one, when I started on it, y'all forgive me. I'm bad. The battery's going down. I will turn it around so you're done. Give me a second. Turn it around. Second. Thank you for coming in. Let's see. So here it is. So what I'm doing is touching up my outlines. This is a mixed media. I used acrylic paint pen. And I felt the desire that it wasn't just complete yet. I'm turning the easel around so y'all can see it while I continue to work with it. I appreciate you coming in, saying hello at least. See if I can get this here. Okay, I think I got it sturdy enough. Okay. Now, I want to get the tripod set right back up so I can talk to you all. The reds, yeah, I'm going over. Can I turn this around? You guys help me. Is there a way for me to turn it around so you can see it without me doing like this? Is there a way? Help me out. If not, let me get the tripod and then plug the phone back up. So this is my 13th painting for 2023. I committed to be consistent. I wanted to be consistent. So I'm challenging myself. I need to be able to move my chair around. My living room is my studio. I've been painting since 2020, the pandemic. Didn't know that I would enjoy painting. And I was challenged by a friend. looking for my brush. I had gone out to dinner with a friend, and oftentimes after I get up from work, I'm like kind of not ready to, it's hard to wind down, But my living room, shoot, sorry y'all. I'll figure out the right setup one day. So, yeah, thank you. So in 2020, a friend of mine, who's also a multi-creative, I saw her painting. She was doing fluid art or pour painting. Guys, I don't have my eyebrows on, or my eyelashes on. I call my eyelashes my butterfly eyes. My butterfly eyes. But anyway, it's late. It's about, I don't know, a little bit of 1 o'clock. But it's hard to wind down, right? So here she is. I wish I could turn this around so I could show you the detail. But, yeah, car rides helps just not parking in the dark street. I'll stick to a park or a store. Oh, y'all talking to each other. But this is done with a mixture of acrylic paint pen, I've done some gold leafing on here. Yeah, someone recently said that something changed, the features changed on TikTok, where being able to turn the camera has changed. And also, guys, I just changed this. They said I could change this. Can y'all still hear me? Yeah, Rafaela, all of these social media sites always changing. So, okay. Yeah, they did still learning the update. Okay, so look. Tap the screen. You can hear? Good. Tap the screen. But I had hit a button that said use my earphones so I can hear how I sound. It says my headset is connected. Let me see. There's some kind of features on here. Sorry, guys. Hear your voice. Use headphones to hear how you sound to viewers. So I hit that. I don't hear anything different. Okay, long as y'all can hear. I wish I knew how to turn it around so that you could see it. Let me see. What does enhance do? Enhance, effects, stickers, music, voices. Oh, here it is. I found it, y'all. Flip. All right. Okay, guys. Now you can see some detail. All right. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for engaging. I've only been I've been off and on TikTok for the last few years, right? Thank you, honey. And 2023, I was able to start, painting. I was encouraged by a friend. What is enhance? Features around. Let me turn it back around. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. Mirror my video. No, I don't want to mirror the video. I don't know what that means. Give me a second, y'all. I'm playing. Mirror your video. I don't know. Flip camera. Okay, whatever. I'm going to flip it back around so you can see the detail. But, the energy on TikTok, first I want to say the energy on TikTok is interesting. I had to decide whether or not, what I want to be doing. I like showing what I'm doing. Platforms I've been on, Periscope, I've live streamed for years. But here the energy is quite different. Anyway, 2023 I started painting. I was challenged by a friend. I saw her doing some different type of painting called pour painting, where she would take paint and pour it in different layers, different colors in a cup, and pour it on a canvas and move the canvas around, and it would become more abstract, organic. I do the pour painting on wood pieces and make earrings and jewelry and da 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 da. Then I went from small canvases to large canvases, but y'all don't want to just look at me. You can look at me work, right? And next thing you know, I fell in love with larger canvases. But along the way, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, so I'm self-taught. You see a lot of my other paintings and stuff. My living room is now an art gallery. I just let it be paint, right? And I discovered that I'm an intuitive painter. So I'll sit in front of a blank canvas, meditate. I'm always talking to the essence that created all, the universe. And then I get images. Of. And so this is one of the images that I recently got. And tonight what I'm doing is going over the black lines, right? And someone mentioned the red. Now I'm thinking I use acrylic paint pen. Uh-oh. The plug is out. I use acrylic. So acrylic paints, but in a pen format. So now I just feel like I have to go over to bring out the detail more. And it already feels better. So let me turn this back around. I wish that I don't even know how they had that. Turning the camera around. But at first I didn't know what I wanted to do with the background. So let me turn it around so you can see. I know I'm going all over the place. I'm sorry, babies. Y'all patient. Keep tapping the screen. Oh, Lord. All right. So I use gold leafing here. I've got mirrors there. And I was mirrors here, mirrors there, mirrors up in the detail there and around there. Yeah. Oh Lord, I keep hitting the screen. It says unstable connection. Okay. Y'all, I'm tripping. I can't even get it together. I'm like surprised people came in here. What y'all doing up late? Y'all must be West Coast folk. Where's everybody at? Raphael, what part of the world are you at, honey? Who else is in here? Raphael is hanging with me. If I hit 6, the number says 6 in here. So it's Kyle. Hey Kyle. Raphaela, Bobby, Crazy Who, Linda, and Miss Hustle Bunny. Hey sis. Alright. So yeah. Just working on the some of the lines. But I said, look, my living room is an art gallery, basically. I mean, the living room is an art gallery. I just moved in here in July. I moved into a house. And I discovered that I like painting. And it's very healing for me, I feel. It looked close to done, but don't stop. Right. Like, I don't feel complete yet. I feel like I'm supposed to still do some stuff with it. I'm in the part of the world that's flat. Okay, I hear you. We're all having fun. Thanks for sharing your art and story. Beautiful spot. Congrats. Thanks, baby. Um, yeah. I can't wait till the weather get better. Because, y'all, I like to paint outside. And I live near a lake. And the energy when... hold up. I was just using it right out the bottle, but I put the paint on the top. And now I can't find the top. Hold on a second. Where is my paint? Oh, here it is. Alright. This is my little palette. But let me show you around. Give you a little art show. Let me give y'all a little art show. Y'all want a little art show? You can encourage me too to see what style. I haven't discovered my style yet, although I've been attracted to painting on black canvas. Red is abstract in this, though it feels deeper, like you tried to give each piece love and meaning. Yeah, trying. I'm going to work on these black lines. I'm going to work on the red again. And then there's gold in here I feel like I need to work on. And then finish putting mirror, not too much, right? Let me give y'all a little art tour. Let's do this. So this is painting number 13. That's all right. Thanks for even just spending a few minutes with me. I appreciate it. Y'all are helping me with TikTok etiquette. So here's some recent paintings. Oh, did I do it? Yeah. This is one. I really enjoy doing this one. This has the gold leafing in it. This was a piece, and this canvas was another type of painting, and then I painted over it. So it's pretty abstract. I find that I like doing lines. And what I like is when I'm painting, doing the painting process with something like this, I constantly like to turn it while I'm painting. And each morning that I come out, I might see an image, you know. And I like to tell people that when they bring my art into their home or their office, that I create painting that's designed to heal the home or the office, that is designed to resonate with those that choose it. But when I begin to paint, that it already has an owner. Now y'all let me know if y'all see any images in here, you know, that stand out. But for sure, right here, if you see it's kind of look like a silhouette of a female right there. Yes, it's like vibrations of the soul of the house. Yes, it's like the universe, abstract chaos, but unsure. Right. Thank you. Here, I see two images, two people. But the thing is with abstract art, each person's view and what they see is what they see. So I don't really want to tell people what I see. You see the faces? Yeah, sis. This is I got all kinds of pieces here. these pieces here is just, you know, I'll probably go back and do something with that. But here is a work that I did. Let me see. I didn't even put the date on this. This was 2020. I did this one in 2020, right? Now in 2020, these are pour paintings. I have a lot of old, but I won't show you the older ones. This, I call it my beginning of my Twin Flame series, called The Kiss. This was 2020. This is a recent one, and I use a different technique. So, I started with paintings this size and smaller, and then went a little bigger, and then went bigger, you know? That one, I really dug this one, the process. I like black canvas too. Here's another piece. This one is an older piece. This is Mirror. And let's see. This is some. Go to the black and white one. This one here with the mirror. Reflection to the soul. Y'all. Okay. Yeah. Now I did a series of paintings like I did a series of paintings that I call mirror work. And I did sell a couple of those. And the intention of mirror work is just that, right? But I want to do more. I see that in a hotel. You did? Oh, you can see it in the hotel in Dubai. Okay. But the idea of mirror work is that you're doing your work in the mirror, okay? I've done some pieces that are oval. I've done some pieces that are square. But they have these mirrors to see your reflection in different ways. Yeah. Oh, okay, sis, yes. Manifest that. Put that up in my vision. Here are my African ladies that I did. Y'all I'm hitting buttons. Flip the camera. Here's my African ladies. This is a sort of a set. Like I say, I have these all over. My living room is my gallery. This is basic and simple for me, but, you know, I wanted to play around. This is one of my goddesses, y'all. Look. This is when I discovered that I like black canvas and that I like patterns, right? Check her out. Check her out. Look at her. I love patterns. Yeah, I have started to do prints. I think I have 11 by 14 prints. I don't know. I did my first live show years ago. Thank you. And then this was my first. Let me tell y'all about her. Let me tell y'all about her. This is a story. I'm going to put her on the easel and tell y'all. So when... Let's see. See, I got another blank canvas. after I deal with her. I call her Hey Queen. Have you ever heard of that song called Hey Queen? It's just a chant. Hey Queen. I gotta find that song and TikTok the sound or post it with the sound Hey Queen. Alright, the story. Here's the deal. See. Okay. Remembering my features, I flipped the camera. So here's the deal. I knew that I wanted to paint a feminine energy. I wanted to paint or do something that brought the goddess, the Empress. Like, I go by Empress Chakrawanda. So I wanted Empress energy on canvas. And I didn't know what she looked like. And I was driving one day, and I started to get the image. And then I started to sketch it. And, I don't know how to do portraits yet, but I know how to do shapes, right? And this shape, this, just a basic shape came. And so here, I strictly used white gel pen and gold pen. You do Zentangle on a lot of... Yes! Linda, hey sis, how are you? Come on in. Zentangle. And then and that is meditative. So look at the detail on this baby. Thanks for talking with me, y'all, because I get very analytical with this. So, the pattern came. Now, you see the mirrors? Check the mirrors out. But, I want to do more with mirrors, but I want them not to just sit on the canvas. I needed to, I don't know, it needs just something else, but I've learned to accept each image. So I started just making this image, just make, the circles, using the gold, right? And then a sister friend, 2 people helped me. They said, they were watching me do it, and they said, cowrie shells. So I put the cowrie shells. Okay? And then I had a friend that came over, and he said, these are wood buttons or wood beads. Put the wood beads in there, like a 3D type of effect. I'm like, okay, I get it. So she still has feminine energy, and her crown is a reflection, right? The ears are a reflection. So I want to do more stuff with mirrors. Now I have another feminine energy. I don't know if y'all can see the feminine energy here. This is on a black canvas. Y'all see this? You see my paint? Look. And one of the things that I recognize is when you yield to the flow, when you yield to the flow in your life, the flow will yield to you, baby. Okay? I was gifted with 50 tubes of paint by another artist who was shifting her medium. She wanted to get into oil painting, right? Oh my God. I mean, 1%. Plug it up. I'm all over. Okay. Technology. Y'all had to look. I'm old school here. So this is a black canvas, but and it's white gel pen. Do you see an image in there? Plug it in. Ah. Mirror lips. Ooh. I'd have to get the right shape, mirror pieces. On the black, white, and red, I ended up, it came to me to get diamond-shaped mirror pieces. These are the round piece. No, the other one is round. Now this one, on a black canvas, white gel pen, you can break them and mold them like mosaic. Oh my, hold on. Thank you for that idea. Yes, I could take the glass, put it in like a bag, break it gently, and then take the pieces. You done gave me an idea. Yes, yes, yes. So when I was saying, look how she was reflective. Look at her. Ooh, that looks good. Like tile or glass. Yeah, have fun with it. Just say, loosen up, Chakra Wanda. Right. This one, I put a top coating. It was like a green glitter, kind of bluish green glitter on it. But I don't know if you can see. This is her face, her earring, her head, her body. But again, I don't like to tell people what they see. What do you see? You know? But I do think, yeah, you've done that, Crazy Who? I do like the coating that I did, or I don't know. I'm not using the right term. You know how you varnish paintings? Okay. So all I did was put some glitter in the varnish. You know? I was walking around showing y'all my art gallery, my home art gallery. What else? Let's see. Here's that one. Here's that one. Now, also, I started putting affirmations on the back of my paintings. This one. This is a real abstract one here. And I'd say at the beginning of January, I committed. I said, I'm going to do one painting per week. But I end up doing more than one. Well, I'm at painting number 13. Because, I take my time. I don't rush and say, I just go with the flow. Here's one here. Red. This one here. Is that. I got some more in my bedroom. But what I was saying is in January, I said, okay, I'm going to consistently do some paintings. And right now I have a goal of doing 30 paintings, but I didn't completely commit. It's like I do all these paintings. I'm going with the flow of just being in the energy of painting and being in the flow of the journey, but not so much. I'm not, concerned about, I've got to make money off of it. Eventually, yes, I will allow myself to let that exchange happen, and it will. It's a lot of work, though, to do your marketing and get things set up. But I don't want to be driven by the dollar. I want to be driven by the creativity. I want this vessel that these images are wanted to come through to just flow, right? That's another piece there. And I say, I like people to turn it around. So, my friends and my customers are encouraging me. It's just getting organized, What is the intention? So, I see myself using these images on creating journals or mugs or, I don't know, tapestries. I really don't know yet. The flow of this amazing. Keep up the hard work on it, though. Thank you. Yes, I know things will come your way. Thank you. Wallpaper. Okay, yeah. And in other words, I just want to. I noticed that it feels good to paint when I am not, pressed to do it, or I'm in a commission situation. Maybe I know that I'll be guided to feel good about that at some point, but I'm not sure. So right now it is sitting in front of the canvas. Literally, I have not had to buy paint for almost a year and a half because people have gifted me with paint. And yes, I have bought some paints, but I'm challenging myself to use the resources that are in front of me. This is another piece. I love black and white a lot. Like I said, I like black canvas. I like black, and I like turning the paintings around. I like, posting the paintings all, on my walls. I like every week I take the most recent paintings and put them in my my salon. I take a painting every week and put it in my salon. I need to plug the phone up. And let's go back to this one. And I better check the time because I got to be to work in the morning at about 10 o'clock. I do hair when I'm not painting. I work on the crowns of beautiful women. I do natural hair. Let's see. So I'm going to put a few more strokes on her. But you see the glass? I got the glass right there in the neck area. See at 4%. Let's give you one last view, y'all. I truly appreciate y'all taking time to come and hang with me. And at first, I struggled with the background. I thought it should be, it was black with white, swipes. I was like, oh no, that's not going to do. So, some of the paint supplies that was given to me was the thick acrylic paint. And so I created this textured effect. So the black was underneath, and then I put this gel medium. Oh no, that's molding paste. It's a gel medium similar to this. Where is it? Yeah. I put this gel medium with white. And it was kind of thick. And then I did these markings. And I used a fork. I used a fork to do these markings. But it gave it texture. And I dig that. I really dig it. I'm old school, y'all. I dig it, right? But she has a little more work to do. I got a little more work to do. And then I'll know when it's complete. But I do think I'm going over the black lines. I think I'm definitely going to go over the red. And I definitely going to go over the gold. I definitely am. Thanks, Rafaela. Thanks for liking the live. Thank y'all. But after work, when I come in, Thank you, Rafaela. When I after work, when I come in, it's hard to wind down, so I paint. I usually have some kind of music on, but I do a lot in silence. Believe it or not, it's like my mind is constantly receiving the downloads, so I do a lot in silence. I've got to figure out how to do my camera. Y'all have any ideas? Best way to do the camera? Makisha, Miss Keisha, you want to talk to me? I'm gonna invite you. Can I invite you? Are you coming to talk to me? Hey, wait a minute, Miss Keisha.
Hey girl. Hey.
I hear you. I'm up here. I should be in the bed, girl.
No, but that
How
is
you
so beautiful.
doing?
I wanna buy
Thank
that piece from
you.
you.
Oh, now you know I'm so challenged.
Why?
That's the thing. Oh my God. I'm still on that road. I know Tasha probably already told you, right? When I be
No,
creating
no.
stuff, I be well. Okay, so over the years, hey everybody, I want y'all to say hey to this beautiful soul, Miss Keisha.
Hmm.
Okay, we never met each other, but we know each other through a mutual beloved sister friend, and we've talked oftentimes. So look, Miss Keisha, this is the first expression of this energy,
Mm-hmm.
of this design, and I have other feminine designs that I've done, over the last couple of years, right? But what
Yeah, but I
happens
wanna I
with
want I
me,
wanna buy I wanna buy that
I
one.
know, I'm gonna talk to you about it.
Okay.
I'm not saying I, I get challenged. You know what I get
Okay, but
challenged?
would you sell it for $500?
Girl, shoot. I didn't already put numbers on the back of these things, which which is spirit helping me to
Yeah.
allow exchange to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started putting numbers on the back of it,
Mm-hmm.
affirming that yes, this is the energy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this one, I put 444. I put 444 on this one. And I'm not answering it yet because we're going to talk. But let me tell you
No.
what I struggle with. I struggle because once you see me in this, right? It's like almost,
Mhm.
I don't know what time it is in the morning, but I'm attached. I get like deeply attached
It's beautiful, but
to,
I understand. You honestly could probably get $1,000 for that piece of art.
right. Girl, I'm telling you this, the analytical side of me,
Mm-hmm.
let me say, the analytical bridges, when I'm painting, I, the bridges start breaking down. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it pushes me. You will not believe what it looked like before. Every day I had to sit in front, and then I can't start on anything else until the one that I'm supposed to work with. Like God says, uh, you're not done yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah. Yeah.
metaphor for everything else. Everything else, we talk about things, right? And and that's the part that I struggle with. I don't need to struggle with it, But I have been in a commitment. I've been making I have a certain number that I want to make. And while I'm making them, I'm asking, I'm asking the divine to show me where and when, through invitation, that I will do another public showing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, one of my hair clients, who lives in a pretty nice, area here in outside of Charlotte, and she said we're creating in our community and for Black History Month, it's like African American Heritage, group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to have it in the clubhouse. And I'm gonna keep doing a little bit. I gotta figure out, maybe you suggest to me how to do that, because I want to engage, but I want to work too, right? So I'm talking to you. And I don't want, and
Mm-hmm.
forgive people if y'all make comments. I'll look back every now and then, so it's just different. I just need to understand how I need to do this. I see where some people like you see the main thing that I want to show, but sometimes I see people are able to be in a little box too somewhere. I don't know if it's two cameras or what. Maybe it's two devices. What you think?
Probably, but just keep going. You just keep going.
Okay, so last year, my hair client, she said, "Oh, we're doing this Black History Month, right? And we're gonna have vendors and dancers." I turned her on to African dancers. It was wonderful. I got it. I got it recorded. I posted it on my and and at the moment when she said we're gonna do this, and I said, "Are you gonna have vendors?" And as soon as I said that, she said, "Would you like to come?" And
Mm-hmm.
Makisha, I had my first public showing, and I had a young
Girl,
lady
I need
that
I
I.
need you to keep painting and quit talking.
Okay,
Look and get
thank you.
focused
I know I
because
feel
that is
rude.
real. I
Okay,
wanna. No, no, no,
all right.
no. I just want to see you. I want to see you work, girl.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I was felt drawn to reinforce or define the lines with the brush, because it was really outlined and drawn with acrylic paint pens. Okay, so it's acrylic paint, but with pens more detail. But tonight, something said go over the lines to bring it out more, right? So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Do you see the mirror? Can you see the mirror? I can go close up so you can
Mm-hmm.
see. There's mirror here, mirror there. There's some mirror pieces here. You got your different patterns, and there's some beautiful gold. So I'm going to be going over not only the black, but then the red, and then also the gold. And then the
Mm-hmm.
background is textured. I made these markings there, and it really brought it out, because I was really struggling about what the back should be. The back should be. What I've learned since painting is don't be judgmental. Uh, Go with the flow. I'm now at a point where when I create with a new canvas, a blank canvas, I literally sit in front of the canvas, in meditation and prayer, just and I will receive what colors to use. Like I'll have my paints, but I'll know which colors to use. And I I have had the opportunity to do what they call, well, paint and sip with some friends. A sister friend of mine, that her and I do the sister circles locally. I co-facilitate with her, and
Yeah.
her partner is a professional painter. So we have had our own little paint sip, little wine. I go over their house and they're younger than I am, but they like old school music. We just have just hollering, having a good time with each other. And I'll bring what I'm doing, and they doing their thing. And he would come over and look at my paintings and tell me things like, Miss Wanda, there's things that they teach us in art school, art college, that you're, and I'm not bragging, but he say you just doing it like composition, balance, and all these other things related to professional painting. And it blows my mind. So I started paying attention to that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and being mindful of it. And I'm recognizing to continue to do the things that people are showing me that are coming out. Like this here, this here. I'm getting from people to do more women, more feminine energy or whatever. And I like doing this because I know how to make a shape, but it's when it's getting into here that it just comes. I like this. I like shape, but I like texture. I like putting different things in it. Like someone was
Yeah.
telling me here.
Are you gonna put eye?
Someone
Are you gonna give her? Are you going to give her
I don't know
eyes?
how to. I don't know how to do
No. Are
eyes
you
and
going to put?
faces.
Oh, eyes and oh, okay, got it.
I don't know how to do that yet. I've practiced, but I don't know how to do. If what I would really love to learn how to do, but I feel challenged is, and that's in the area of drawing, really drawing, is portraits, or at least
Mm-hmm.
an image where like if I did you, it's Keisha's energy, right? Even if the
Right.
shape was I don't know how to do that yet. I've
Mm-hmm.
I've I've played with tracing. There's different ways to trace. And in the art world, some say that's cheating, and some say no. Art is art, right? Uh, I've looked into taking classes. I have taken some classes online, classes that teach about uh, uh, color theory,
Mm-hmm.
composition. Being able to choose
Mm-hmm.
colors. So when you make your own, you can make your own colors with basic colors instead of buying a lot of tubes, or mixing colors so it don't look muddy. The science of paint
Mm-hmm.
colors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's so much that you can really get excited about. But what I have chosen to do is stay in the journey of doing it. And when I stay in the journey of doing it, it flows. And actually, I feel better. You know what I'm saying, right? With the seasonal thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what
Well,
I do.
I'm gonna head on
Keep
to
going.
bed, girl. I just wanted to
Okay,
see
baby.
you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, keep going. Have a good evening.
Okay,
Okay,
baby.
bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
That was nice. Keisha came in. Do I have to do anything to say goodbye or anything? And she's off now, or who's there? 14, 2,000 likes. Thank y'all. So, Nick, she hits me with the glass. Wait a minute. Nick, what's going on with you? Now, come on now. You must be like 12 years old. I'm gonna get ready to block you. Can I block you? Because, I don't really kind of go with all of that. What's up? Yeah, we blocking. Okay, so here's the deal. My name is Chakra Wanda. I am Empress Chakra Wanda. I'm up here putting some touches on my most recent painting. I am a woman of wisdom, spiritual teacher, and an elder. Um, Queen Bonita, I'm gonna invite you in. Or can I invite you in? Or did you ask to be invited? Y'all, I'm still learning. Quiet conundrum. Blessings to you, sis. I see Queen Bonita. I'm still learning, y'all. Y'all help me. But I guess when somebody comes in, it says I can invite them. All right. Well, if you request, I'll invite you if I feel your energy. No offense, because there's a lot of stuff going on TikTok, and I ain't really down for craziness. But blessings to each and every one. Thank you for all of the likes. Appreciate you. I most recently made it to the 1,000. So, um, yeah. You got 59. It says 59 people. Okay, Bobby, K Cool. Does this mean there's 59 people here now or they're in and out? Quiet conundrum up here. This is a way, I'm sorry. This is a way for me to wind down. Blessings to you. I'm going to follow you. I got you. Yeah. This is this is a way for me to wind down. And this is a recent painting, and I call her Hey Queen. I've got to learn how I want to have this set up because I feel rude turning my head. But I'll check back every few minutes. Hey, Miss Keita, how are you? I'll check back and look. I still got to learn the etiquette. Although I've been on TikTok as a viewer for a long time, I just haven't done lives. And so this helps me wind down. Yeah. I'm going to continue to work on these lines. I'm going to continue to go back into the red. Let me go around the face. And then I think I'll put a few um, pieces of the triangle glass on here. Next time, maybe I'll have some music playing. I don't know. Go around here. How long have I been working on this painting? Um, oh my God. It's been probably almost 2 weeks, not consistently every day. And that is a thing. Would you like to let me see. Would you like to be a guest? You don't have to show your face, but at least I can hear you if we could talk. You can ask your questions. I would love that. Um, I would love to invite you. But I think it's been about 2 weeks. And one of the things that I noticed is that a lot of people ask me how long a certain painting takes. And the thing is, I lose track of time. I haven't really stopped and said, okay, I'm going to time myself. Maybe I could put the date and time on the back of the. Oh, okay. Let me invite you. And then you could choose to be video or not. But let me let me hit your face, and then I hit guest. So you should see an invitation. Let me make sure. There it is. Yeah. There we go. And I see it coming up now.
There we are. Hello.
Yes. Hey. Hello, beautiful soul. How are you?
I'm well this evening. Thank
Good.
you. Thank
I'm
you.
going to keep working, but I can hear you and you can hear me and everybody else can hear us, right?
Excellent. I absolutely love this. How long have
Oh, thank
you
you.
how long have you been a painter? I know that you said earlier this is, a way for you to relax, wind down. How long have you been doing this?
So, the expression of painting began during the pandemic. And
Oh, okay.
the way that I have responded to you in saying how long, because actually I've been expressing through creativity for years. But
Mm-hmm.
painting
Mm-hmm.
came during the pandemic, and
Ah,
it was a challenge by another creative soul. We all are co-creative, okay? It
yes.
doesn't necessarily have to be something physical. You
Okay.
know, you could be one who has the energy of presence and loving kindness for another being to be creative. Or a speaker or a writer or one who's good at politics or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We are
I do.
co-creative.
I
Yeah.
do.
And
I write. That's
aha. Yeah.
that is my expression.
Yes. Your expression. And
Yes.
some of us are multi-creative, multi-passionate.
Mm,
Uh, we have different levels and layers. Can work on more than one thing. You know, some we are blessed with that. And
yes.
for me, creativity, I have discovered over the years, I must create. It is an avenue of healing, of balance. You know, when I say that, doesn't healing is always a continue uh, homeostasis in healing. That's
Mm,
what I like to express. When I don't create, it's like it does cause the depression. I'm not disregarding the area of depression where people have
yes.
chemical depression. I mean, you know, everyday person can feel the challenges of life and so
Yeah.
I am affected by the seasons. I am affected by like the wintertime, the SAD.
Hmm.
And I don't say I have anything, but my body and my energy uh, goes in waves. When the time come, oh my
Hmm.
God, it feels like I have to. I go in. I mean, I go in. Like you don't hear from me. I don't want to be out. If I could be under
Hibernation.
the man,
That's
if I could be under the
hibernation.
that's right. If I could be under the covers till spring, I would be good because my energy just wanes. But I have to get
Hmm.
up and go to work and all of that. So I have discovered over time that I have a strategy when the wintertime comes. I paint
Mm.
now, or I create. If I
Oh,
and I look forward to creating or doing something. I used to do wire wrap, jewelry, beading, all kinds of stuff. I create when it comes to my 9 to 5. I have a business. I do
hmm.
natural hair specifically for African American women, as far as crochet, braid styling, and micro lock services. And within that, the specialty is with our queens who have alopecia. You know, so I'm able to
Mm.
construct styles for them without glue and all kinds of chemicals and stuff, you know. So the services take very long. So I'm creating, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm doing
Yes.
something with my hands. And before that career, I used to be a massage therapist for years. So I did laying on of hands work, and I still do. I'm a sound
Mm.
healer. I have different instruments that I play. I recently got sound bowls. So now, when I get ready to create on canvas, I literally put a canvas on the on the easel, and
Uh-huh.
I play my sound bowls in preparation for the energy to come through. And so
So
that's what has
let me
evolved over the last two two
okay.
years
So
now.
let me
Yeah.
ask this question in regards to this yes, Queen. I like the title
Uh-huh.
of that. What gave you the inspiration to get started on her? I mean, what was it that you were, feeling, thinking
Hmm.
that brought her out?
Um, I did some sketches. I don't have my sketch pad, but I did some smaller sketch pad work.
Mhm.
Um, I started doing a lot of work on black canvas and black paper with white gel pen, and they were women. I don't know how to draw faces. I know how to draw shapes, but I like the head wraps, and then I like the design. So now I wanted to
Right.
go bigger. I wanted to go bigger.
Ah.
And I love our textures, you know.
Yes.
You see, I always wear my hair. I always have a. I'm going to the barber in the morning. She's going to
Mhm.
tighten me up. And sometimes some of my paintings that have designs in them, she'll put the design on and come out.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. I like when she does that, especially you know if she matches
Wow.
it exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So back in the day, I used to like wearing my hair in a bush. You know,
Mhm.
um, I just like, cause I guess because I work on the ground. I guess
Right.
so. It was time.
Okay.
It was time. She wanted to come through. I have. I have. I'm learning to continue to explore different techniques. You see, this was one of my first queens.
Oh my
You see
goodness.
her?
Wow.
And this is on black canvas with white gel pen and gold pen. And then you see I got the mirrors
Yeah.
and the cowrie shells. And this was sort of a collaboration because I had a couple of
Mhm.
friends when I was doing it, they were saying to me, watching me like this, they
Mhm.
said, Chakra, cowrie shells. And then someone said, Chakra, the eyes, you've got those wood beads. Go ahead and do that. And I was like, okay.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
so I'm still learning about style and what I've been learning and reading. And I listen to podcasts of artists, listening to
Mhm.
conversations. I watch a lot of YouTube. I haven't gone to any classes because I
Mhm.
can't seem to find any. People don't seem to get together. Well, you know why, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But formal painting classes I haven't. But I follow artists, and some of those artists that have formal painting classes, they're thousands of dollars. But then, you know,
Mhm.
in time, where I'm
Yeah.
supposed to go to learn, I'll be drawn. I'm
Yeah.
just so what I'm learning to do is pay attention to what I'm receiving,
Right.
when I should do it, what should be on there, and going with my senses
Mhm.
of when something is complete. And the
Right.
audience earlier must have been some artists there, and they may still be there, but they were saying definitely continue to go with that. So it's been feeling good to stay on the journey now. Lots of creating I've done in the past with jewelry and all kinds of things over the years. I learned about myself that when I stay in the mode of just being in that state of just channeling and receiving, just let it be, explore, versus, wow. In the beginning, when I was creating things back way years ago, if I did this and someone said, oh, I want to buy that, then I would get into mass production mode. And then I would
Mhm.
feel stressed. Like, oh, I got a commission, I got to do it. And then the creativity, in the energy of the creativity would
It seems
wane.
it wavers. Yes,
Yes,
I
it
think
would
I
go
understand
away.
exactly what you mean. You know, like I said, I write. I I love to write short stories, poems, um, just I don't know, just to put words on paper to express my feelings. But my son, my oldest son, he had found some journals that I had written and just some stories. And he said, he goes, Mom, you wrote this? Like, wow,
Wow.
And I said, yeah,
Yeah.
I showed
Oh
him
my
something that I was
gosh.
working on because I'd always wanted to write a novel. And
Yes.
I started writing it. My son and a couple other people looked at it. Also, an editor looked at it. And they were just amazed at how I was able to pull the reader into my story. But once I started focusing on, got to have the novel, do this part by this date and all of that, it just seemed like like you said, the creativity just kind of wavers.
Yeah, and it began to feel stressful to me
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I
And
that I
then
had to have. Yeah.
yeah, and then you don't want to write. You don't feel like writing. You start to find other things, and so that ended up kind of going on the back burner when I started writing other things. I'm pretty sure that I will get back to it, but I just can't do it when I'm on a deadline and, you know, I can't sit and focus and think and feel what it is
So
that needs
would
to be written.
I don't know anything about now. I do know about writing because I have written poetry, or I would say encouragement poetry
Mhm.
expression years ago, but it started from me writing letters between me and the creator. What I,
Mm.
would hear back. And I called it Encourage My Soul. And it was a series of work. Um, but would possibly self publishing be a better route for you because you have your own
I've
time
thought of
when you
that.
want to release it?
I've thought of that. Um, and that may be a route that I do decide to go. Um,
You are writing still though, right?
I am still writing. Yes, that I
Okay.
am. That is, that's how I get my peace of mind. Oh, hopefully this person's still in there. Hi,
Hi,
uh,
nine ether. I
yeah, Nine
see.
Ether.
T's
Hello.
treasure chest. Thanks for coming in. Um, Hopefully, if anybody has suggestions, I need to understand. This is probably my third live, but I need to understand a better way to. I don't really want to have my back turned, but then I'm turned around. You know, uh, over time, I'll figure it out. I'm
I
still at the point of trying to. I'm still at the point of being clear about why I'm on TikTok. I put at the top of my page at the pin my intention, right, and purpose of
yeah.
being on these platforms. Because time is precious, it's sacred. And this TikTok, oh my God, it's a trip. I
Yeah, it
find.
is. Yeah, it is.
I mean, the energy and the things that's going on is like, okay, that's a bit much for me.
And
Ah,
on some things, yes. I've been trying to figure out lately how to get my algorithm changed because I have
oh my
seen
goodness.
more drama on TikTok than I really care to see. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when I first joined, probably about a year ago, it was just to enjoy the content of creators that were, doing skits, dances, some, educational videos. And then it just somehow went into politics and drama and this crew versus this crew. And I just, a lot has a
Yeah.
lot has changed over the past couple of, or say about a year, year and a half.
Yes. I waver with that whole thing. Do you remember? First of all, let me acknowledge Nine Ether. Blessings to you, sweetheart. And I thought I remember. She says, I think they have a filter where you can show your face and the back camera too. Okay. I thought so too. I thought I saw someone on where you can see the main thing they're doing, but then
Mhm.
you can see the person. Let me play with something real quick. I see something that says
Okay.
mirror your video. That's flagged, but let me unflag it. Video mirroring. That didn't. Oh, do you see anything different? I just switched sides. That's all right.
You know,
Oh, maybe that's
it's
it. Is that
frozen.
it?
I don't know. Please don't ask me because this is
I
like I said, this is the first time that I've been on there.
I feel dyslexic now. My neck. I'm getting a massage tomorrow. 90 minutes. I'm gonna need it because I'm twerking and stuff. Let me flip that back. Nah, neither. I think the other way. Yeah. There we go. That looks better to me. I don't know how it looks to y'all. I'm gonna look at one more thing and that's it. Let's see. I don't know.
And for
Effects.
it's odd because for me it's
Oh.
frozen.
Oh, it froze?
For me, yeah, it's froze. I have,
Uh oh, meaning you can hear me talking, but
I can
my
hear you
the screen
talking,
is
but it's all I have is just a frozen frame.
still frozen.
Yeah, I might have to go out and come back in,
Yeah, go out
or
and come back in. I'll stop hitting the button. But non-ether, you said it's the inverted one. I see effects. Let me see if I can search. If I say the word inverted, will it let me search? Because I do see play. I do see. Um, Thank you for being patient. Um, Maybe it's something I have to
oh
search for
my God.
before I do it. Because it got so many little filter things. Tools. Let me see what tools say. Okay, I'm going to stop. Because, let me try one more
I'm on my
thing.
phone, so I couldn't even tell you.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I might have found it.
What's this? Oh, okay.
Uh, no. That's something steady in the background. Okay, I'm gonna do my homework another time and stop. What did I do? See, I didn't hit something. I don't even know what that is. Let me go back to effects. Thank you for your patience. What is that? Effects. Turn that off. All right, let's leave that alone, and I'll learn that in time. But great job. You gonna lie? Oh, that's not anybody. This is it. First of all, I'm enjoying the conversation so far. That you know what I mean.
Yes.
Nobody crazy that come up. I already blocked one person. He said his mama beats him with glass or something. I had to block it right away. Okay. We not doing
Oh
that. I'm
wow.
not doing that. I'm not doing that in this. With you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody come show the auntie how to work the TikTok.
Let me tell you, it won't be me because I don't know.
But for real, on a real tip, here's the deal. How we spend our time is important. How we spend our time is important. Now we had the thing that happened 3 years ago that made us all go into our caves. And these features, these systems and all that, yes, helped us to connect. But I'm finding that it's an addiction too. The
Yeah.
scrolling, I have, like, I do hair, and I have clients in the metro, they just scroll and scroll. We scroll, we wake up. I ain't gonna lie, this tripod is on the side of the bed when I wake up. It got my alarm on it. I'm looking at stuff,
Mm,
and I miss connection. Okay, I miss connecting, talking on the
yeah.
phone. We
That is what
need
I
we
miss.
need to
Yes.
have a balance come back now, okay? And then
Yes.
no, look, I'm from where I'm from. I come from where I'm from. Be real, okay? I'm an elder. Uh, I consider myself ageless in spirit, but in life we need balance. We do. So I've thought a lot about what is my intention and purpose, and I did put it pinned up on my page to create that energy just for myself. I don't care if one person sees it or not. I don't care about the likes, who show up or nothing. I really appreciate engagement. So TikTok to me reflects the whole world, and the world is crazy. Okay? But within the world, we have those of us that can bring some balance to the craziness.
Mm,
And then there's many of us that are just like you, just like Nine Ether, and many of you who don't need. I mean, I don't need a whole lot of stimulation. I can be in quiet, but I'm here.
mm,
I'm I'm here. I'm here on the planet. I'm here still to contribute. I would like to connect.
yeah.
I would like to be able to be adding value to the planet, be a listening ear, a loving word, a kind touch and presence. Okay? This is my expression. This
Yeah.
brings me healing. Perhaps someone sees this and it encourages them to maintain where you are, continue to do, you add value. But then outside of that, it's a lot of distraction in the crazy
Mm,
way. All kinds of conversations, all kinds of everything. I'm not knocking, it's just some need to know. Sometimes you got to go back, you know, or learn how to feed the purest part of who you are, and that is your spirit. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the essence that animates.
yes.
We're here. We're each here for a true purpose. And I'm going to tell you, my birthday was November 26th. All right?
Mm,
And
mm,
my birthday almost ended up being November 26th. I just turned 64. 1958 dash November 26th, 2022. I'm going to put a few more lines. I'm going to close out with my story. Y'all ready for a story time? Look,
yes. Let's hear story
right?
time.
I just moved into my little house, my house, private space.
Hmm.
It was crazy in the area that I live in. I live outside of Charlotte. I had the opportunity during the pandemic to move to a lake, to live on a lake. 5 years up to that point, I had been driving out to this lake, and I was like, wow, I wonder what it would be like to live on a lake. And I put an affirmation and a prayer about it. And then the next thing you know, during the pandemic, I moved to the lake. And it became a healing haven. Right? When the world was shutting down and
Hmm.
everything, I could wake up and see the water. I'm telling you, I was blessed to wake up and walk out on my patio and see the sun rise. Okay? In the
Wow.
midst of the chaos, I could go and see the sun set. And when I was sitting in those times, even though the news was on and the billboards were saying thousands dying, I could sit there and literally watch the ducks, okay? That was calm, that was still here. You know, with something going on the planet, animals
Mhm.
leave. Like if it was going to be the end, the animals would be leaving. Am I right? Tell me
Yep.
if I'm telling the truth. But what I noticed in the midst of chaos is that these animals were calm. And I
Mhm.
also noticed, God bless the children, that we didn't have a massive situation with babies. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
How is that? So that let me know we got a future.
Yes.
And I had already, my children are grown and all of that, and we all isolated. And some of my closest friends, when we were able to get together, we were having a breakdown. Because we couldn't. You realize, oh my God, I'm by myself. I'm just, this is a trip.
Mhm.
You turn the news off. So anyway, it's 3 years later,
That.
fine. And I know that
Mhm.
we are different beings after this.
Yes,
Okay?
we are.
But, after a few weeks where we couldn't go outside, and when I finally could go outside before the pandemic, locally, I was doing it. I taught I taught women 40 plus how to hula hoop for exercise. I said to them, look, if I can keep it up at 60, y'all need to come up here and rock with me, right? So we go to the parks and all that, and then we get shut down. And the first couple of weeks, after the shutdown, I went outside for the first time where they were trying to close down the parks and everything. And I was out there looking up and never thought that I would be so grateful to feel the sun and to be out, even though we had to be, it was a lot. And we here, but many are
Mhm.
not. And this is how I feel like we should honor those that are not. And bless your heart, anybody that is on here and now, if you lost a loved one, how I think that the best way to honor those that have gone is for us to live, like really live your life. Don't
Mhm.
waste no time. Don't go back into amnesia of the craziness of before then. But people have gone back into amnesia. We're not treating each other right. I'm not saying you and me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yes.
You
I
see it
do.
on the
That
news.
reminds me of something I was watching the other day. I like to watch Korean movies and Korean drama, I guess you could say. But there was an episode where the crown prince was dying and he was talking to his mother and he told her, "Don't break down when I'm gone. I want you to live your life as though, life goes on." What did he say? He said something, but basically it was, you know, don't go into a state of, where we break down, we can't do nothing, we're in such sorrow and such
Yeah.
grief that we aren't rejoicing the life that was there.
Yeah.
In my family, when someone passes, we don't mourn them. We rejoice the life they had
Yeah. Right.
and the one that they will continue to have in the spirit world, because
Yes.
their body is gone. Their spirit
Yes.
lives on. And so
Yes.
we don't our funerals are not the same and our repasses are not
Yes.
the same. It's a
Yes.
going home, it's a moving on to just a different consciousness.
Yes. And I
So we
agree with it a
still
thousand
always
percent.
believe that our elders are with us, our ancestors are always with us.
Yes.
And
That part.
so looking at just watching that episode, it was kind of moving. It really was. It was
Yes.
kind of moving because a lot of people, when they lose someone because of the loss, really
Mm.
all they're thinking of is what they won't see that person anymore. They won't be able to touch that warmth and that's really what it is. It's just that connection and that warmth that you're not
Yes.
feeling anymore, the physical.
Right. I
And
tell
some
you,
people they lose themselves.
I know. And there's people who viscerally feel it around the same time every year that they lost
Mhm.
their loved one.
Yeah.
However, even if some of us aren't thinking about it, like February is a time when my mom, she crossed over to cross the veil. And Nine Ether, thank you if you're still here. I see your comment. The Most High moved you completely out of the way. You deserve it. Thank you, blessing.
Mm.
Um, every there would be a time around February. And this is she crossed over 28 years now.
Mm.
Okay, and
Mhm.
around February, it wasn't a forethought, but there's a melancholy feeling that I would have, sort of. And then when I would look up, it would be around that time.
Mm.
She she released her last physical breath February 6th, 1994, and they laid her physical body to rest on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. And she was a sweetheart, too. She was
So you
loved
aren't gonna
as a
believe this.
sweetheart. What? Oh, shucks, we
You
got
are
some
not gonna
synchronicity.
believe
Go
this.
ahead. What? What?
That's my
Oh, she
birthday.
said she requested. Wait a minute. February 14th.
It's the February 6th.
Oh my goodness, I get the chills. My mama trying to talk to you through you. Her sweet energy coming through. Huh? I ain't trying to weird you out, baby girl. But I
Oh no, you're
believe.
not. That's
I
just it's so
believe.
when you were saying that, I was like, when you said February, I was like, is it the sixth? Is she gonna say the sixth?
Oh
That is my
my God.
birthday.
Wow. Yes, yes, yes. Nothing is ever a coincidence. It's always a divine alignment, and that's okay, even if we don't think so. But I do. I believe in divine alignment. You're a kind, loving heart, and that's the kind of energy that I would prefer to connect with, you know. Now, like I said, some people had already asked to join. I was like, block. Alignment is everything. How you doing, Nine Ether?
Hello, ladies. I was just gonna say I was not ready for that plot twist. That was a plot twist,
Wow.
boy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
That was
That's
divine. That was divine.
beautiful. Yes, that's her. She crossed over. And I was pregnant with my youngest at the time. So I think it was either 29 and it was 28 or 29 years ago. My oldest just turned 35 yesterday.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, my birthday was out Monday on the 6th.
Oh
See,
wow. See?
Oh
I got
wow,
two
the
daughters.
6th again. The 6th
There it is.
again. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just now realizing that.
That's right.
Right.
I got two daughter energy spirits with me. That's wonderful.
Wow.
Okay.
That is
Uh, but you know,
we
like I
that's
was
just we
said
were
during
all
that.
meant to be here.
Yes,
Hmm.
at this divine time
Wow.
and moment, because
Yes.
I did struggle about whether or not I wanted my, did I, what kind of way I wanted to be expressing. presenting or sharing or just being present in this TikTok portal. Okay? But like I said, I recognize TikTok does represent the world, but also those of us that see ourselves as light in the world have a right to be here too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
if I feel this, if I feel the same, if I feel the way of, not sure how much I want to really take in, how much I want to be expressing, what is my purpose, what is my intention, you know?
Mm-hmm.
After 2020, for real, everything is all about that. Why am I talking? What, like, are we adding value or to each
Mm-hmm.
other? Not just this thing, but also in person. What's the purpose? What's the intention? Am I adding value? Am I adding value to
Mm-hmm.
you? Okay? Just like the food we eat, which I got to do better at. Still, what's the purpose? What's the intention? What's the value? Because there's a lot of time wasted. And I mentioned to you all that November 26th, 2022, a major shift, something major happened to me right here in this energy. I I moved to the lake 2020. It was a blessing, okay? And I had been driving up to the lake for 5 years before. Like the opposite of traffic, before I would go to work, I was doing massage therapy and healing work. And I'm from the DC area, so I'm outside of Charlotte now. And I love being by the water. I didn't couldn't put my hand on why it felt so good to be by the water. And I would walk around, and one of my hair clients introduced me to this park. I'm going to talk and still do some lining. And she said, "Come walk with me." So I would drive out 30 minutes for 5 years. And there was one year I couldn't go because the car I had wasn't acting right. And I was, I didn't want to be on the road like that. Then 2020 hit, and through a chain reaction, but divinely guided chain reaction, March 25th, they said we got to shut everything down here in our area. Okay, so we home, and then the development that I lived in lost their daggone mind. Harassing people. My lease was coming up. I wasn't past due, but I'm an entrepreneur, so I went to them the next day to say, hey, I'm one of the self-employed, so I'm checking, when I could go online and do unemployment. Do you know they harassed me? Like they were under new management. They were like texting me and emailing me. And because people weren't talking to each other, people didn't know who was, neighbors didn't know who was being harassed. They were doing some unlawful things, sending us emails like, you need to, this is a credit company that'll loan you 2 months. Like I said, I wasn't past, they were tripping. If you want unemployment, we need a registration number. After about 3 weeks, something in my spirit said, look, we're not doing that. We're not going to be viscerally responding to this world's behavior. It seemed like the rental office turned into the Stepford Wives. Y'all, I'm aging myself. Y'all know what the Stepford Wives is?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
I don't know what
Where
Yes,
that
I
all
is.
do.
okay, it was a movie about a neighborhood, and anyway, something clicked, and all of a sudden they turned into something else. You know what I mean? Like they
Mm-hmm.
were like a programming, and you
Yep.
know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because
Yeah.
we probably saw some of your coworkers act the same way, or
Yep.
neighbors, right? Because the climate at that time let you know who was really who. Even
Mm-hmm.
some of your family members, because it split everybody up. You understand? So the rental office lady, I was there since 2012. I mean, hey, Wanda, yeah. Spring and summer, they would open up the pool for me so I could go out and hula hoop and be out in the open. It was a nice place. But then when March 25th hit and I came in there and said, "Hey, I'm an entrepreneur, self-employed. I gotta wait in line for this to come." Now it's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it was like they changed, and then it was a lot. So after 3 weeks, something in my spirit said, no, I just said no. I'm not going with what the world says. This chaos, this anxiousness, you're not going to harass me like that. I'm not going to be harassed in my mind. Okay? I'm not going to be scared like that. No. And I heard in my spirit, get up 30 minutes before the rental office open and send a form letter. You create your own form letter. Good morning. Resources, listen to me. Resources have not presented themselves at this time. You understand? I ain't saying I had no money. Ain't nothing they gonna business when I got it. You understand? Because
Mm-hmm.
they had in all states they had a governor's, the governor's ruling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I, I got legal aid involved, and I had to get in line with legal aid because the same thing was happening all over the city. People being harassed for no reason. And I realized that it was a new management that took over in November of that year, and they started implementing, I don't know, like trash pickup. What you call it? Valet trash pickup. I drive by the dumpster. I'm not giving you $20 a month to take my trash. I
Mm-hmm.
drive by the dumpster. They were doing stuff like that, right? So then when the pandemic hit, oh, then I started hearing from other neighbors. Did you hear about Miss Johnson? And we talking to each other across the parking lot. Yeah, they raised Miss Johnson's rent up $300. I'm like, oh, I see what's going on. And
Mm-hmm.
probably in my area they were doing the, gentrification. Girl, it was a lot. Okay?
That
But they were
is one of
calling
the
me. They were
horrible things.
texting me. They were
Mm-hmm.
emailing me. It was Monday through Friday. And then when the weekend came, and then you had to get online and try to figure out, it was a lot. And one
Mm.
morning I woke up and I heard in my spirit, no, we're not doing that. I heard, uh, spend no more than an hour on the things of the world. Let me tell you. And I'm not Bible thumping, holding it down, nothing like that. I'm talking about straight spirit, okay? I heard spend no more than an hour on this worldly stuff. And the two things was this. Write an email, create your own form letter before they open up. Resources have not presented themselves at this time. I did it every day. The second thing was get online. Well, no, it was three things. The first thing was get up and go to your prayer altar. Do your anointing, your prayer quiet time, get some tea, light a candle, breathe so you can be centered.
Mm-hmm.
Then do the letter. And then the third thing was go online, because you had to try at different times to get online, to get in. For those of us self employed, they had different dates, than the W
Oh.
2s, right? Yeah, we had to wait. And then you had the news where the government was, oh, we're releasing this week, and they lied to you. It was a trip.
Yeah.
Then you had the collective energy of panic going on. That whole energy, you couldn't get away from it. And so that's what I experienced. And so what happened after about 3 weeks of that? I woke up and did what I felt I heard Spirit tell me to do, and things leveled. And then I knew I needed to move. I had to move in July, and it was around May at this point. And I needed to look for places, and every place you look. And what I'm sharing is probably no different than what other people have experienced in the different ways, right? But one morning I woke up and it was a beautiful day. I focused on that it was a beautiful day. I did the three things, my centered, my devotion, my prayer time, so that I could remain calm. Sent the form letter and went on live, to make sure I got my ducks in a row. And one morning I said, okay, Father, show me where my new home is. And I had talked to one of my clients a couple of years before. And she said, I was approaching 60 a couple of years before. And I was having a little panic about, wow, I'm 60. I don't feel 60. I still feel 40. And what's going on with life, And she said, I had to calm myself down. And she said, well, what would you like to experience? Speak to the Holy Spirit about what you would like. And you know what I said then? I always wondered if I could live by a lake. And that was a few years before. And she turned out to be my financial advisor. And she was telling me about approaching, uh, what is it? Social Security and, all these different things. Anyway, she said, you got a multiplicity of skills and talents. I said, yeah, I think I only want to work 4 days a week. She said, well, just talk to me about what it would feel like. I swear to y'all, it was a few years before. And do you know 2020 speeded it up?
Mhm.
That day I drove, I was on a Monday. I could feel the sun. I was focusing on how it felt that day after I reset myself for how the day I wanted it to flow and how it wanted to feel. And I drove south. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to start looking for places around South Carolina, around the lake down there. And I went and looked, and it was virtual where they opened it up for you and they would leave and you had to go in and all this. And I
Mhm.
didn't find anything, but I didn't let my spirit wane or be disappointed. Even though the world around me was in chaos, I was driving back home. I stopped to have lunch and I heard in my spirit, look north. I kid you not. I went in the GPS and looked for places around the lake that I was visiting a few years before. And do you know the GPS opened up and the map opened up and it was all this water and it was a red dot. And I squeezed it open and I said, what's going on? And there was a development there. I wasn't looking to buy anything, so I called and I have learned over time, God has shown me over time through osmosis of living, and I didn't realize I was practicing the universal laws that are in our ancient texts of visioning, of seeing yourself, you know, being in a new car or a new place to
Oh, I
live or
don't
a
know
new
what happened.
business or
She
whatever.
dropped down.
Oh, okay, maybe she'll come back in.
Yeah, her phone
She
probably
might have got a
died or
call.
something. Hmm.
Yeah, but I'll continue. So, what happened?
You opened up the map. You was looking. You opened
Yes,
up the map. It was a red dot, and
yes,
it was. It,
yes. It was a place around the lake that I used to visit. I hadn't, I didn't start the morning off saying I'm going to go north. I started looking south. In the
mm-hmm.
same day, I called and I didn't ask the question how much first. I asked, are you on a lake? Right? And then I looked at the numbers. It didn't wane me. And they gave me a virtual tour on the phone. And I said, can I come and visit? She said, yes. We're in the office. We can't let you come in, but I'm going to open up. And she said, park by this building. And the building I parked through when I went through the breezeway is open lake.
Wow.
And a boardwalk, a gazebo, and tranquility.
Oh
And,
no, she said TikTok kicked her out. They did that to me
oh,
before.
yeah.
I wasn't even saying anything in somebody's live before, and my live got banned, and I wasn't even saying anything.
So I'm going to invite you back in. And I want to know when she says TikTok kicked her out, did it give you, say, we kicking you out or you did something bad or it
Oh
just
no,
dropped
she's
you?
back.
It
She's back.
just
Okay.
dropped me. Literally,
Oh, okay.
everything just closed, kicked me out. And when I went to
Oh,
go back in, it was telling me that it's updating. Try
oh,
Mm.
again later. I'm like, what is this?
yeah. So y'all, did you hear what I said about being led to a place to live around the lake that I have been visiting for
I
years?
did hear that part. Yes.
Okay. So
That part I
let
did
me
hear.
tell you, yo, when we were talking about dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh, so long and short, I went north after I talked with the lady, and she said I could come and view, and I did that. I got there, it was like so overwhelming, and I filmed it. I said, okay, I don't know what my angels, what you got in store for me, because I live by Psalm 91:11 out of everything, of all the ancient texts, and the way I was raised, and how I flow now. Psalms 91:11. That's why my name is Chakra Wanda Angelic Healer, because I'm actually an angelic minister as well. But I believe in the angelic
Okay.
realm. I study angelology. I live by the divine signs. So I go up there, I look, I fill out the application. At the time, there were certain things that weren't in place because I wasn't getting a certain income at the time. But the lady, the person that I was assigned to, she was doing some calculations and she was recognizing certain numbers. She said, "Oh, that's like triple numbers and matching." I'm like, "Oh, I ain't say nothing, right?"
Mhm.
And then when the application went through, it had a question on it online about who's the development you live at now and the manager's name. And when we got on the phone, she said, for some reason it didn't your application didn't go through. So this just I'll put it in right here. I said, there's a question on there, and I'm gonna be honest. I said, look, when you talked to me on the phone, you were telling me all the benefits of living and the development. One of the things you said is that during this time, um, she said, I like this development because as we are going through these challenges, the company is working with everyone, right? And I said, well, that question about the management, I said, you remember you mentioned how the people are working with everyone and not harassing? I said, I'm not experiencing that right now. She said, Miss Warner, don't worry about that. I'm not calling. I said, okay, okay. She said, this is how it's going to work. I said, okay. And then she gave me the building numbers. There was one apartment that was more within the development, and then there was one apartment that was right on the lake. And the one apartment that was on the lake, the move-in was my mother's birthday, June the 5th.
Mhm.
That was your sign.
And then my address added up to those numbers as well. I'm telling you, it
Wow.
was
That was your sign.
yes.
That was
Mhm.
your sign.
And one of my coworkers, a young man, he's like my son, SUN. He called me Mama Wanda. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional a little bit. He helped me move. Things happened so fast. His mother came. He had a friend and his mother, and they helped me move. And do you know that exit, when I moved, I didn't pay attention to it before, but a few years before, so I'm going before when I would just visit. I had a hair client that was a real estate agent. And we talked about visioning. And she says, oh, Lake Norman, that's the area that I live. That's my territory. She said, I believe in visioning. Do y'all know that she called me and scheduled an appointment to take me to see homes, $1 million homes around Lake Norman, just to get the feeling of
Mm.
what it would
Mhm.
be like.
Mm-hmm.
She took me into like $4 or $5 million homes. Some of them had boats just to imprint.
That energy signature.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting. Like there's a certain energy signature that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a few years before. And I told you about the other client who said, well, what would you want to speak out what you want? I said, I think I would. I always wondered what it'd be like to live around on a lake, and then I was so long work 4 days a week. I work 4 days a week now, only by choice. That's not a braggadocious. But and then when we were moving, when my son, my SUN, I used to refer class to him, and he called me Mama Wanda, and they helped me move. When we got off the exit, I looked to the left. The real estate agent and I had at met at Subway Sandwich for lunch those few years ago. When I got off the exit, it was the same exit.
Wow.
Oh,
It was the same exit. I had gone
wow.
just to the apartment and I didn't pay attention. I didn't look. But when we moved, the day I moved, I looked to the left and it was the same exit she took me to. I was in the same general neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
The same general neighborhood. And I moved in. And the first few days, I slept like a log because it was the energy from the water. I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I could tell it. I could tell that I was supposed to be there for the season that I was there. And then a week later, I tell y'all no lie. This is just one story within my journey. I would say as an elder to any of you all. And I know that people, it says 13 or 18, but I know that people can see without coming in. I would say to anyone, and I know one of you, quiet conundrum, baby, you say you're a writer. Oh, gosh. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not, because I'll jump. Y'all get to know me. Maybe I'll talk to y'all again. Look at your life timelines for when the blessings came, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the blessings came from what don't feel like a good time of an experience, a bad relationship. No, it's all a part. I don't care how challenging it is. Lessons can turn into blessings, it turn into lessons, it turn into blessings. If you look at your life timeline where you saw you think about your last prayer answered, the last miracle that was a miracle to you. When you go back and look at your timeline, you will see how you have been guided and covered. It's like you Hansel and Gretel on that's an old little nursery
Yeah.
rhyme thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hansel and Gretel picking up the God crumbs. That's what I call it, the God winks along the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. And the more and more in this life that I've recognized the signs that something getting ready to happen, they come closer together.
Mm-hmm.
They come closer together. So that's why I interject these little things about when I moved, how it was the same exit. And then once I moved in and I explored around, I'm like, this is the street that we went down. And she showed me the $1 million homes. And I'm right around the corner. And I'm like, oh my God. And then after I moved in, a week later, on Facebook, on my Facebook page, a memory came up. Y'all not going to believe it. I'm telling you. It was a picture of me on the same lake, not in the same position, but at this lake. And I wrote an affirmation.
Wow.
I wrote an affirmation that said, I see myself standing by the water's edge. I can feel the splashing of the water. It's visceral to my soul. I enjoy waking up and seeing the water. And then a week later, another video came of me on a boat with some sister friends. They invited me to an outing because I used to do guided meditations. And when they took me out on the water, at first I was kind of nervous. I said, who driving this boat? And Tanya said, well, I'm driving it. I said, oh. By the time we got to the middle of the lake, I was in heaven. I said, oh my God. Because of the being out on the water and the sun and when we parked and the water was buoying the boat and I felt it in my spirit. Now that was a few years before. This video of us on this boat came 2 weeks after I moved. Like these quiet confirmations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. It's like sitting in front of a canvas. Our lives are like a canvas. if you imagine fear or worst case scenario, it's like a brush. You're painting it. But if you use that same energy to imagine what's the highest possibility, and it's beyond what you can even think, and it can be subtle. The conversation that I had with a client about the possibility of living in a lake. And I didn't think every single day from then about, I really want to live on a lake. It was just, I took myself around water all the time, all those years. And then I ended up living there in most challenging times. And I wasn't challenged living. And it had nothing to do about, it's not about the money or what you can afford. It's the energy. It's the, just as easy if you're able to easily breathe, or you're able to easily turn the light off and on, or you you get in your car, we assume these things, we easily, you know what I'm saying? You don't have anxiousness about it.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that some of you don't have anxious about right now. Right now, I'm not in anxiousness of my next heartbeat. You understand?
I do.
That's the power. It's that, and it's still happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm supposed to, we all, as a part of who I am as a spiritual encourager, I come from a lineage of strong women that are on the other side of the veil, that speak through me, as my ancestors, and those are the best. So I know where I come from. And so it's a part of me to encourage. And the writings that I used to do years ago was from self-encouragement. I could go to those journals to this day. And again, I talk in the way that I hear and I feel. So I'll come over here, I'll go over there, and I'll come back, But I feel like we're each here to make an imprint with our lives. Millions of people don't have to know your imprint. It could be someone that hears, sees you, they don't even talk to you, but they got something from your imprint. Your writings, you must continue. They're going to get something from the imprint. You may not know who's going to get that from the imprint. Nine ether, your essence, as you walk. I feel this energy that, when you walk, they get it from you. There's something. To live the gift, our life is a gift. To live it, like really live it.
Yeah.
So, I said earlier, and then I'll close because I do need to rest. Right here in this space, November 26th, 2022. The day was beautiful. The weather was unusual. I was at my heightened joy of celebrating coming into a 64th year. I always consider myself ageless in spirit, but in vessel form, 64. The windows are open, everything is nice. I had just moved into this house that came as a chain of miracles that were higher than I expected, because I had to move during the time when the region was like astronomical prices going up, no control. It was crazy last year sometime in the area that I lived in and across states. I had to move. That's another story of the chain reactions. But I moved, and on my birthday, I'm enjoying my day, and I had to have some work done, and the technician came. We standing in my living room. I hear something outside, right? When I first moved, I would hear this sound. I thought it was fireworks, child. I had checked this neighborhood out before I moved. Didn't see anything. And I was blessed to still be near the lake. I'm about 10 minutes away. So I can still get up in the morning and take my walks. I can still do my painting and see sunsets, you know. And again, I brag about it, but it was healing. It's still healing. So I hear a noise. I look out the door. I look to the right. And my neighbor next door is on his porch, crouched down, pointed in the opposite direction with a gun in his hand.
Mm.
Pop, pop, pop. I'm like, oh my God. I'm serious. I ain't never been around nothing like that in my life.
Wow.
I closed the door. I was saying to the technician, oh my God, because I thought it was fireworks. It was broad daylight. Let me tell you, I closed the door. I said, oh my God. Next thing you know, glass shatters. We on the floor.
Oh no.
My living room. Hole this big. Oh my God, I hear chaos. I call. He's on the floor. I'm on the floor. I'm calling the police. I hear noise. I hear chaos outside. I look when it stopped and my neighbor is laid out on the porch. The neighbor that I would see mowing his lawn. Like I said, I checked the neighborhood. Bottom line is this. I saw him. I saw the gun. I saw it. I couldn't see the other person, but it ended up being a Hispanic man and his son shooting at my black neighbor next door.
Mm.
And it was a feud. I want to say a feud. They didn't like each other since the development. The development was only 11 years old. My little quaint cottage house, perfect for me, all on one floor, was waiting for me. I didn't even know I was going to have a house in 2022. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
In the same area where I could access the lake, the same shopping. God bless me. That's another story. How you don't know what's waiting for you. So I went from here, from 1,000 high on my energy, to here. I mean, way low. It was the most shocking. No, it wasn't the most shocking. It turned out to be the third life-threatening experience I've had in my whole life. I saw a plane crash. I used to live in D.C. I saw a plane go down in the icy water. Yeah, 79 people, 4 people survived. And then that was in 1992. And then 1982, I experienced a home invasion. Wrap this up, right? The bottom line is, it was the most shocking that it took me from here, energetic-wise, way low, on my birthday. And since then, I've done what was necessary for talking with someone. I have good, close sister friends, healers, and through my painting. I feel comfortable in my space because the neighbors, everybody was like, this was a feud between these two families.
Wow.
Not in the past, it wasn't where they were shooting. It's just, and it was, let me tell y'all, life is sacred and precious. That day, whatever jumped off, one neighbor accused the other of pouring car oil over the fence onto someone else's yard.
Mm.
And my neighbor, the black neighbor, early 50s, 2 days before was Thanksgiving, y'all. So he was with his family 2 days before. Yeah. Right.
Wow,
But all is well now.
that's good.
And God sent me a confirmation that this is my house. The first person that had this house built reached, came here maybe about 3 weeks ago. Young lady. She said the reason why I moved because I had a baby. She said, by chance, did any kind of mail come through? Now, I moved in July, but she came by. She said, I'm just looking for something very important if by chance it comes through. And plus, welcome to the neighborhood. She said, how you like it? I said, I don't know, right?
Mm.
But that wasn't the reason why she needed to come. She said something very important and poignant. She said, my grandmother wrote a scripture on the frame of the house before the siding
Wow.
was put on.
So the house was freaking already enchanted.
And when I moved in, I did my saging and prayer work. I did some sound healing around the yard with another sister friend. We blessed it. And here's a little side note. Remember the window?
Mm-hmm.
Big hole?
Mm-hmm.
All the chaos outside. Ambulance and everything. I saw the neighbor. He's on the ground. The ambulance came, bought the gurney. They packed the gurney up and put a sheet over him. I saw all of it. And when it's a crime scene, evidently, they're out there all night. They made me leave my house. But I had looked at the window. I pulled the shade up. The shade didn't get blasted. The hole was this big. Did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
The bullet, and I never seen a bullet before. But I looked on the windowsill. It was something silvery,
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go through the blind. And my
Wow. Now
car was right there. Let me
how does
tell
that
you,
happen?
it didn't go through the blind. And my car was right there. My car didn't get blasted. But the crime scene investigator, she said, oh, there's 5 holes in the side of the house. She said it hit the frame and dropped to the windowsill. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Wow.
You hear what I said? There was no hole in the opposite side of the house. My car wasn't damaged. My ancestors, my mama, my grandmother, my aunt. But before that, in the etheric plane, the prayer of that young lady's grandmother.
Mm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
They working on our behalf.
Mm-hmm.
And
Always.
during the time that I was trying to come up out of this, I get a knock on the door. I had been praying, and God sent her here to check on mail. That was in July. This is what month? That was what's this month? March. It was in February.
Mm.
She came to check on mail, but the real thing was to tell me the story. She didn't go out of her way to tell her, but when I told her what had happened about the bullet and it didn't go through, and she said my grandmother wrote scripture on the frame of the house. I said, you send a message to your grandmother that her prayer be beyond the covering of the family, and thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we do with our time, how we spend and share our energies. What's the intention? What's the purpose? And I hope my sharing in this moment, it gave me joy to be able to share. And thank you for your energy and y'all's time, And I hope y'all come and check me out again. I'll still be working on her. But
Oh,
continue, each of
I
y'all.
feel so much. I feel so much wholeness and gratefulness. To be able to sit here and listen to these type of stories, to be able to sit here and soak up, the wisdom and the knowledge that you've gained. And you know, as an elder to me. You know, man, I love my elders so much. Like some of y'all a little bit crazy though, but that's okay. Um,
Well, we
Yeah,
gonna
we
talk about
are.
that sometime.
but I love and I cherish my elders so much. And like y'all have walked in the flesh longer than I have, you know, this time. But and you know, like that counts for something, that like that says a lot. Like so like I truly cherish my elders. And I've come to a place where uh, a certain level of humility or humbleness to whereas and it's just not with elders, but I feel like there's a certain level of humility and humbleness that everybody has to have for each other
For each
because you
other.
know you may know something that I don't know, even though you are physically older than me. I might know
Right.
something that you don't know, you know. So I don't reject I don't reject information from my cats. So, you
Yeah.
know, um
Well
yeah,
said. Well
we
said.
all we all here together. We're all and I
Yes.
this something that you said earlier. You was talking about you know, being of the spirit and everything. And yes, I definitely believe that. And I want to share this. It's like an analogy that it's this young lady that I've been checking out the past few weeks, and she speaks so highly. Like she's very in tune with who and what she is. And so, shout out to her. Her TikTok name is Divine Mora, Tarot Divine Mora, something like that. But anyways, she made an analogy that like really stuck with me, like really hard. Cause you know when you hear, I don't know if y'all ever hear, but you know we're reflections of each other. You know we're all the same
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Yep.
So this made me picture that on a way deeper level than I ever have in this life. But she brought up the analogy about it's like if you could picture a light bulb, just one single light bulb. There's a glass around it, and then there's components on the inside that makes up the light. The glass around it is not the light. It is only to contain the light that is inside. That same light, that we are those light bulbs,
Yes.
bred
And that.
from the same source. Like that one single light, that's all of us. And the only reason why we're in these shells is because I mean our light is so bright, like these shells contain it. Like that's the only way
Mm-hmm.
that it can be contained. Like that's the only way that we can play out this physical I call it an illusion um experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that hit me
Yeah.
and deeply.
You know, that brings me to what I was saying about earlier with my family and how when someone moves on, just like you said, yes, our physical being, this is the shell that holds our spirit, our soul. Flesh does not last. Your soul, your spirit, and what you do with it, who you interact with, how you choose to interact and touch those that you encounter is what counts. And that is what is going to keep your spirit moving on. If you are one of those people that is just always negative, you have nothing good to offer, to give to the world. You don't want to give anything, you don't want to do anything. Your soul dies when you do. It doesn't move
And you know,
on.
it does.
Your
And the
spirit
first,
will wither. That's
you know,
literally what we believe in our
when
family. You have
When
to
nine,
be someone that
It's
illuminates.
contributing. It's contributing to the collective,
Yes.
conscious. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
If
um,
you're not doing that, then you are not feeding your spirit.
the my we each have beautiful natural spiritual gifts.
Yeah.
Mine is clair. My strongest is clairvoyance and clairaudient. People hear the term clairvoyance mostly as clair means clear, spiritual sight, and clairaudience, spiritual hearing. You also have claircognizance, clairvoyance, audient, clairsentient, claircognizance. Uh, I get images and thoughts, stream of thoughts. When nine ether, the image of the light bulb,
Mhm.
and I believe inside the light bulb there's these, and there may be people in the audience that are electricians, but I think there's these two things that are in there like this, and then
Mhm.
it's the energy that goes between the two.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But when the light bulb is no longer in use, that means that's one of them
It's
is
broken.
not is broken.
That piece in the middle, that piece, that
Yeah,
energy between the two is
the
broken.
two.
Yep.
You guys came in. There was some dates. See, that's that energy,
Mhm.
that spark. You know, it's that
Mhm.
Mhm.
energy
Mhm.
where we plug in. We plug in. I always say to people, the time that we spend. You know, like on your phone, you'll see it's 50% or 30% or 100%. Sometimes you can vibe and connect with people where the battery just stays high.
Oh
And then
yeah.
there's sometimes
Yeah.
that you connect not just with people or things or situations or habits or whatever, where it's just
Mhm.
draining. Yeah, you gotta stay. You can't even plug
Mhm.
in anymore because you're so drained.
Mhm.
What spirit gives to me in metaphor, I speak in metaphors. So right now, like that's such a good feeling. Like we could talk forever. I think about the subject,
Mhm.
but it's that
Yeah.
energy between, and just like that day, my birthday could have been November 26th, 1958 dash November 26th, 2022.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
That's
right
the
here,
timeline. Yeah.
right
Mhm.
here. I like for real. That could have been it. That
That
earlier
energy
that day,
circuit could have fell off, and it did not.
and it
Yeah.
did not. And I
Mhm.
don't walk away from this third life threatening experience when I look at my timeline worried or scared. It just enhances that. Oh my God. Thank you. Okay. We got more work to do. Don't play. Do
Yeah.
it. Breathe it. Be it. I did go through a lull. I did experience, it was shocking. I mean, it just took me outside of myself, you know? And then I had a friend who I was, anyway, with love, realized that sometimes people can only travel with you so far. They just didn't come through for me. But that the way I expected. And it hurt
Mhm.
deep. Really hurt. Like, really hurt. But I had to choose. Sometimes people or situations, things don't fall in the way that we have these expectations.
Mhm.
So I could have stayed in that in a way. But with love, I had to let that idea go. And I had to let the idea and connection go because are we adding value constantly or are we taking away? It was
Mhm.
time to unscrew the light bulb with love.
Mhm.
And I did that. And it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because I'm still here to be able to
Right.
share my story. Our story has got to be for something else. I need to write it down. I got to write that down because I'm telling you, each of us we have our imprint here for a purpose. So with that, I heard in my spirit, "Bro, you better go to bed because I got to work on two crowds
I just
in
looked at
the."
the time. It's really late here. I'm in Vancouver, Washington, so yeah,
Oh,
I need to.
uh, let's see. It's
Yeah, it's
it's
222
three
here.
something. Oh, it
Yeah, it's
is.
12. Yeah, so it's
Hmm.
Two,
12 here.
two, two, two,
12:22.
two, 12:22, 222, 3:22. Yeah, twos
Hmm.
are about balance. So this was a
Hmm.
good time to go ahead and balance this out. This was
Yeah.
wonderful.
This was.
I
It
I
enjoyed.
wanna.
was.
Can
Thank
I
you.
interject for like 2 minutes? I promise it won't be no
Yeah.
more. Okay,
I get
so
my get my water. Hold on a second. Hold on.
okay. Cool. Yeah, I want to interject. Uh, just real quick because
Baby, go ahead.
it was in the topic, but you mentioning we're here for a reason. We got to do something, we got to work, all that stuff. So yes, I believe that too. And this is something else that I came across and I kind of been thinking about here lately. But when you come in and you pass through the womb, you have you come in here through a certain template, which is traits from your mother and your father. So you're born with a certain template, just as they were born with certain templates. And everybody that you see ever encountered in your life, um, everybody that you see that's here now, were the souls brave enough to come back and heal those templates. And what I
Mm,
mean by templates is you have families that are everybody in the family is addicted to drugs. Everybody in the family have lack mindset. Everybody in the family have liver disease, heart disease. Though that's a certain template that comes with
Yes.
that you were brave enough to come here and heal. That way, when you pass on new templates, these souls are coming in with new templates. And if the more of us heal and fix these templates, and the more babies coming in with new templates, this place will be cleaned up in no time. We've fallen far. We've fallen so far, and
mhm.
we chose to come back and, like I said, and heal these templates. So I'm a firm believer in, yes, everybody is here for a reason, and I was talking to my mom about this, and it kind of like dawned on her because it was some conversation we was having, and she mentioned something about like not she was like, yeah, I ain't never like judge nobody if you're on the street or homeless or a stripper or whatever. I ain't never judged nobody like that. And I was like, yeah, I know. And you know what's crazy? I said, Mama, that's what I call my grandmother, which is her mother. She was not like that. Like, she was a very
Mhm.
judgmental person. She was she for things that she'd been through, like she wasn't like the most kind or the most loving person, but she was very judgmental to others and herself.
Understand.
Um and I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I said it's crazy because like my mom had 4 children, me, my sister, and 2 brothers. I said none of us are like that. Like none of your children are like that. And she was like, yeah, I'm not like that. She said, I've never raised y'all to be like that. I've never, that's never been the energy that she's ever projected over me or my siblings. But her mother is like that. And whenever I was talking to her about the templates, I was like we kind of linked those together, and I was like, wait, I was like, Mama, are you seeing hearing this right now? I said that you healed. That was a certain aspect of that template that you healed, and we didn't come in with that template.
Mhm.
So
Beautiful. Yes.
I wanted to just uh bring that up or get that out, like while we were on the subject of, everybody being here for a reason and everything. So Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
my 2 minutes is
that's
up.
yeah. That and that's funny that you say that, because a lot of people call those generational curses.
hmm
Right,
hmm
right.
And it
There's
is up
terminologies. Yeah.
to
Hmm.
it
It is.
is. It
It
just
is.
depends on the terminology.
hmm
But
For so
each
long, we've been
generation that
creating.
comes
Oh,
through is supposed to heal that.
For so
We are.
long, we've been
Yep.
creating the same human copy and
Yep.
paste over and over and over again for
Yes.
so long.
Yep.
Wow. That says a lot for me, and I understand exactly what you're.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
So we volunteer to those of us that are open to that and feel that
Hmm.
uh, we can tend to volunteer to end karmic cycles, to to take on new blueprints so that it doesn't go. Because what I'm doing, I see my daughters observe of me, but
Hmm.
also um, deep hurt and deep hurt, rejection and pain ends here. Like
Hmm.
with the one
hmm
example of the one person that didn't show up for me that I would have liked, that kind of that really did it. Like I was on the
hmm
phone talking with my dad. I was on the phone talking with my daughters, but the one person that was a heart connection for years didn't show up in that traumatic situation. And I had a choice to make. I could have stayed deeper in that and pain that may perhaps my mom or ancestors before
Hmm.
held on to. Oh my God,
Hmm.
that led to heartache. Oh my God,
Hmm.
my mama transitioned to the other side from heart issues
hmm
at 56. What I'm saying here is the substance of what I felt emotion wise from not feeling the comfort that I wanted to feel from a heart connection
Hmm.
hmm
could have stayed there had I not decided to see it in love at the highest place. They could only respond at a level that they were capable of. But I still made the choice of purpose and intention of what I'm connected with and who is in my circle. Who really is? What are we here doing? Why are we doing what we do?
hmm
So that helps heal my heart. Or I could have taken on to the next,
Hmm.
well, for the rest of my life, and kept it in the heart garden
And that
Yeah.
heart,
further.
that
Oh my
emotion in that heart,
gosh.
if you would have stayed, yeah, you would have probably physically been there and everything, but from them not responding or not being how you would be, that emotion uh
Finds a
would have
place.
would have hurt you, yeah, and it would have manifested in the physical, maybe in
Right.
your
Right.
heart.
And right.
Hmm.
A bleeding heart. Hurting heart.
hmm
Right.
It does.
And to,
Stuff like
yeah,
that does manifest in the physical.
It
it does.
does.
And to take it
Unprocessed.
a step further, just like you said, our children, they, where they see us, they watch, they learn. That's something, from not really knowing what that situation was. One of your children may have then taken on that emotion. And therefore now with the template, with the generational, that seed is sown. But by you not sowing that seed, it it's gone,
Mhm.
and it does not thrive on onto the next.
Mhm.
And there are beautiful reminders of the support, of the help that we have as
Yeah.
as spirits in this human experience. The knock on the door from the previous owner letting me know
Mhm.
that the divine team is still operating. Like months later, months
Mhm.
later,
You have no clue.
Right.
I needed that seriously because I was still under, I was still sort of like under the covers, the seasonal thing when the weather changed, and then on top of recovering from that, getting up every
Mhm.
day, go to work, just going through the motions. It felt like I was outside of myself. That knock on the door, that was so. That's kind of how I've been living for the last I don't well for a good long time. You know how when you wake up and recognize, oh, you see things or you feel things or you see that's your natural nature, and each of us are designed, in such unique ways. Some wake up to it and some don't, to
Mhm.
the way that this creative essence that I can't even put one name on. Some people say God or what have you, but that we are supported. You are. We have such divine loving support. And some don't speak about it, but I'm here. I speak about it. And that's what I am because it comes through my work, it comes through my living, you know. And I've discovered that this season of expression through art, it's coming through that. Speaking, it coming through that. And sharing, you know.
Mhm. Oh,
But
Yeah.
I
I've been,
love speaking about the Most High God source, whatever it is to you, whatever you call it. I just want y'all to know, everybody,
okay,
all
wait a
22
minute.
people.
Wait a minute. I got to stop. It's
Uh-huh.
2.2
I
2.2
just
thousand
checked that
likes
out
and
too.
20, and it was
I just
22
checked that
right
out
there.
too.
But it's all about balance too, so we can
Uh-huh.
continue to talk for a long time. Thank you for following me. Let me
Yeah.
make
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Let's
yeah, yeah. I
see.
made sure to follow
I
both of
got
y'all.
that.
Yes, I did too. I
Okay,
made
I
sure to
got
follow
you
both of
there.
you.
And I got you too. Okay, good. Thank you for this blessed exchange,
Mhm.
for the, taking the journey of a few strokes with me, right? On the Queen. Hey, Queen. There's a song. It's a chant. I don't know who sings it. I got to look it up. And I hope to post it. I did a sister circle a couple years ago, and it's just, hey Queen, you know who you are. Hey Queen, I gotta find it because
Hmm.
when she came on canvas, I heard that chant. You know, I'm gonna try to find it. Thank you for following. I don't have a schedule. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out what I should be doing. So through osmosis, as guided time. I'm a late bird, though. I will say I'm a late bird.
Mhm.
And I do like the interaction with the creativity because then people can give me feedback and color. Maybe y'all can help me pick colors sometime. I'm getting more requests for this. One of my sister friend came on. I'm still working with the idea of releasing my originals. Because it's
Hmm.
like, okay, Queen, she belonged to me. You can't have the
Right.
original. But I can make others. People are asking me them. But I have to kind of go, you know, with
Yeah.
Mhm.
what
I know
feels
one
good.
thing
And
about Queen, that I love, and I don't think that Queen should ever have a face. So I like
I don't think so
that.
either.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
there should be
Yeah.
a face put on there at all,
Yeah.
because it's
And
so much representation just from the shape. I don't know what it is, but I do not feel like there needs to be eyes,
yeah.
nose,
I'm
lips,
so
ears,
glad that
any of
you
that.
said I'm so glad that you said that
Yeah.
because that makes it like it's like you said, there's a I don't know if it just feels like a
Excuse me.
very direct, blunt statement behind that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what
Thank
brought
you.
me
That helps me.
in to um to the live to begin with, was seeing that image.
Oh, thank
Hmm.
you.
If anything, maybe some
I love
shading,
her.
but it looks perfect. It looks
Right.
perfect.
Yeah.
Actually, what I'm feeling, because I've been feeling this energy of I took one. I took the other one. Like a portal. Like a.
Mm.
I did another painting. I called it the new sun.
If
I've
this
been
gives you any
practicing.
kind of if this gives you any kind of vision or anything, I don't know. But I did see the sun turn black for the first time like last week. So that's what that
Wow.
reminded me of, like Portal. But the
And
sun, yeah, I was
I
sun
just have a
gazing
little
and like
swirling. I have a
mm-hmm.
little.
I can see that I can see
You
that.
see it?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't intentional, and
Mm-hmm.
actually, it was a different color or something. But what I did on a canvas, I'm noticing. I don't know the technical term, but it's some kind of it's I don't know what to explain. It just looks like a portal. Like if I do a paint one color this way and then another color and then just on a blank canvas and then
Mm-hmm.
another color here, it creates this like you going like something's coming through or going in.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been sensing sort of that portal energy.
Oh, somebody
Some
said a
kind.
vortex. Kings
Oh,
just said
thank
like a
you. Like a
vortex.
vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, I would look
vortex.
at like some pictures or whatever, get some inspiration for it because that I think that's gonna take it to a whole nother level. It's
Yeah.
already. I'm not saying that it's already not at another level. I'm not saying that because that piece,
Right.
that is a piece behind you.
Right.
Thank
Mm.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
And
So,
so
ladies,
when
I
my
am gonna have
sister friend,
to go.
yes,
Um, I
Oh,
enjoyed. I really enjoyed. This is the first time I've been on a live, a part of a live, but
okay, okay,
I absolutely enjoyed myself. I loved the conversation, and I look forward to many more, many
yeah,
more.
we'll see
I
each other
cannot wait
around
to
on this
see.
TikTok.
We will. We'll see each other around on these
oh,
TikTok streets. There you go.
Hmm.
there's our king's lover, our king's solver. I was in yours earlier. She does art. She does wood
Her
burning with a
profile
special
picture is
tool.
beautiful.
Yes. Thank you
Okay.
for coming over, Queen. She was probably still up working. I came into her live for the first time earlier today. And
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
she was working on a piece that I saw her work on a piece that had this design.
Oh
And I
wow.
had to go on
Mm.
and I had to ask if I could see her so I could show her because that was like a sign for me,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
when I saw that. So follow her. She's a beautiful soul.
Well,
Good
thank
night.
you.
Yeah, good night.
Good night,
Rest
you guys.
well. May peace
Rest
go
well, you
before you.
all.
Yes, before
Yeah.
As
you
our
as you
vessels
go
rest.
throughout your day.
As our
Thank
vessels rest,
you.
may our souls meet up in the cosmos and do the electric slide. to speed up the
Hey.
process, to speed up the process of removal of negative, malevolent
Yes.
spirits on this realm.
Yes, 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 yes. But we must be that light bulb. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Exactly.
All
Blessings,
right.
y'all.
All right,
All
ladies.
right.
Say
We'll get
something.
some rest.
Bye, guys.
Peace, everybody.
Yes, King. All right, King Solver. Yes, a vortex is a power center. So that in place of a face is going to be impactful. Thank you, sis. Yes. Got some great tips interacting with the